we can do here. So with this question, right, it says here in the diagram, the graphs of f and g are drawn. So you have f and g. Very nice. Very, very nice. It says there, f and g, you have the graph f here, g there, and then you're looking at it from 0 to 360. And then it says here, A is the point of intersection of the graphs. So you have A here as the point of intersection. And then it says, and determine the values of A and B. So if you can recall what we just did here, right? You can see A and B, they are something very specific, you know, as we said already. What is A?
A is the amplitude.
And then B.
Wait, I know this. B is the wait, I know this. Okay, can I get a clue?
The clues are there. Oh yeah.
Frequency.
Yes. Should have played hangman. Like, okay. You have this many letters. Yeah, B is the frequency. And what is the frequency? What does the frequency tell us?
How many times it is a full graph?
In a space of
360 degrees or 180 degrees.
If it's a tan graph, yes. So frequency tells us how many complete graphs in a space of 360. Let me see. Frequency, how many complete graphs in a space of 360 degrees. So in our case here, B is frequency, A is the amplitude. Fine. So for the cos graph, that's the graph of f, right? It says we need to get the values of A and B, and you can see why they're offering us only 2 marks. It's because they know we really don't have to do a lot of thinking. So it says here A is a point of intersection of the graphs, right? So A is a point of intersection of the graphs over there. Getting A, we just need the amplitude of the cos graph, and we said amplitude always has a formula, which is the maximum. Pardon?
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you. The maximum minus minimum over 2.
Yes, of the y values. So this will be 4 minus -4, which will give us 8 over 2, which will give us a 4.
Oh.
Of which, if you look at it nicely, yeah, the amplitude is a 4. So A is a 4. So here we can say, therefore, A is equal to 4. B is the frequency, and we said with B, frequency has a formula. So we can just write it out. So we know B, because it's a cos graph, it's going to be equal to 360 divided by the period.
Period. Yes.
Yeah. And then, now what? Now we can put in the numbers. So what is the period of the sine graph? Because remember, period is how.
Period.
Yeah, because remember, period is how long it takes to get a complete graph. You see, how frequency is how many graphs in a place of three.
Well, the sine graph. Isn't it 360?
Yep, because in 360
no 10. Yeah. So both are 360.
Yes, the period of both is 360 degrees. Because after 360 degrees, right, this exact same motion, it would just repeat now, like that. You see, same with the cos graph. This exact same motion after 360 degrees, that motion would just repeat. So you know the period is 360 degrees. So here in your formula, it's going to be 360 over 360, which is just a 1. So your B value is a 1, meaning you can see there's one graph in a space of 360. So we could have just used the formula, or by inspection we see only one full graph in a space of 360. So that's how we would know that, okay, wait, this value of b is just a 1. Cool.
Cool.
Nice. So for b is asking for the range, and we know that whether it's trigonometry or not, I mean, range is still just range. You see, the range is just a way of them asking you on the diagram, what's the highest that the graph goes to and what's the lowest that the graph goes to, you see. So for
So wait, when we're stating the when we're stating the range of stating the range of trig functions, right?
Any
Do
graph
we need
actually,
to include the x as an element of? Pardon?
yes. Range is for y, remember.
Do you include the? Oh wait, you keep on saying something, but.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, please repeat again.
Oh wait, I was saying with range we'll be dealing with the y values. That's all I said.
Oh, I said eggs. Okay, sorry. For range, right? Since it's y, so are we going to say y is the element of this?
Yes,
This
y is the
this?
element
Is
of
it
something.
necessary?
Yes, that's more like what we have to say too. We don't necessarily need to put it that way. I mean, remember when you get the range, the way you give your answer is based on what you prefer. So we say that the range is just a matter of asking what's the highest value that the graph goes to, what's the lowest it goes to. So it goes to 4 and -4, right? So the way you write out your answer, you can say y is smaller or equal to 4, or y is bigger or equal to -4. That's one way to put it. Another way is the whole y is an element of -4 to 4. You see, that's another way to put it. Another way to put it is you can say, what's the other way? Y is bigger or equal to -4, or y is smaller or equal to +4. You see, 3 ways of writing it, but it's all the same. It's all up to you.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then, so what's the range of the graph of G?
Graph of G is 1.
Yeah, the range is what?
1 bigger.
You can just say.
Are you not writing it down? Okay, let me just.
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, don't worry about saying it. You see, just think. Just say between which two y values the graph goes to.
It's 1 and -1.
Yeah, and then now when you write it out, you can already see this may be the easiest way to do it. You see, y is the element of whatever the first y value is and the other one. You see, so for the graph of G, you can just say y is an element of 1 and -1. If you wrote it the other way around, it still should be fine. You know, but you can always just start with a smaller number. It's really not a big deal, but it's just, you know, just for the vibes. Cool.
Cool.
Goes wait.